Hi, the flower that I want to share with you today is Lechenaultia Famosa. Now I probably have got that wrong because I'm not very good with the pronunciation of all of those tricky little flowers even though I love them so much. So I'm sure that there's some of you Western Australian girls and guys out there who'll be able to correct it for me. I'd love a phonetic correct sort of pronunciation. I know someone gave me one a long time ago, but I've misplaced it. So if you can send me one, you can do that. So we'll get that out of the way. I say Lechenaultia. Hopefully it's right. Now this flower, Lechenaultia Famosa, is similar to the blue Lechenaultia that everybody's familiar with. Most people are. It's a beautiful little papery sort of cornflower blue. This one though is a lot smaller. It's very, very bright, red, yellow and orange. Oh, there you go. You don't need to see me. You need to see the beautiful flower. There we go. Red, yellow and orange blossoms there. Low growing shrub, and it grows right in the southwestern corner of Western Australia. Very, very prolific flower. It flowers in winter and in autumn, fall, and it sort of extends its growing period out depending on what the current sort of weather patterns are. Now I love this little flower because there's a lot of flowers that I have included in my decks that perhaps are not used extensively in essence making or even in potion making in sort of magical and esoteric ways, but because I've had connections with them. Now I'm not saying that I'm an expert, but they mean something very special to me. Lechenaultia is the favourite flower of one of my favourite artists, which is Ellis Rowan, the great flower adventurer. And also when I went to Western Australia, I became very familiar with them. They're just the most amazing, prolific flowers. And I was very much at the time struck with a feeling of success around them. Now at the time I wasn't doing essence work, as it were, because this was about, as I said, 25 plus years ago, but I was sort of thinking of flowers in a metaphysical sense at the time, and it did strike me as a flower that was about success and about progress and doing things in order for you, like doing them correctly in order for you to have success. So it was a big thrill. It was a big one of those universal ticks in the box. Like I've made the connection somehow. Isn't the universe awesome the way that it works? When I found out that even though this little wildflower is so prolific out there in the bush, it actually is extremely hard to grow. And there are all these people who love it, and I'm hoping one of you are one of these people, and who take or come up with these little recipes and these little plans on how to grow Lechenaultia, and everyone has their own idea. It's like you soak the cutting, or you make these little drip feeders, you do this, you do that. I mean, it's quite fascinating to sort of look at this whole thing, but the energy is very much, these are the things you have to do in order to have success. So I was thrilled when I found this out, because I thought this really, really is the energy of this flower. Like it's what you feel when you see it. So it's an incredibly strong energy as well. And because it has this energy around it about success, to have such a strong connection with the processes to go through with success, I felt like it was an incredibly great flower to not only include obviously my oracle deck, but also to make essences and use in spell casting as well, and in other metaphysical things. So if you see this card in an oracle reading as a card, or the flower comes up for you as well, what it does point to obviously is having a good focus on the things that you are doing correctly in order to attain your success. Now the shadow side obviously is, you know, have a look at the things that you were doing, because the outcome will be assured. Okay, so it mightn't be success, or it might be the opposite of success, so be very careful. I feel strongly as well, because it is such an overriding fiery energy of success, that it's also one of those shadow sides of be careful what you wish for, and be careful of the success that you might get, because can you handle it, or can, you know, is it what you really want as well? Because this is a big card, okay, big energy. In a relationship reading, I would very much look at it as being having a look at the things that need to be done in a particularly new relationship. It would be an affirmation card of yes, you're on the right track, but also have a look at the things that you need to do on a positive side, especially if things didn't work out quite well before, or if you're in the process of rekindling a relationship as well, just to make sure that you're doing things in a positive manner in order to get to that success. As far as using as an essence, very much a creativity essence. This is an awesome one. It focuses people in on the creative side of anything. I really like the this is an essence. It came to me, and when I've used it and felt it, especially in mists, if you've got a business that you sell creative things, like I'm talking like bookstores, even anything to do with like people purchasing. It's like in a commercial sense, creative things. It focuses your clients and your customers in on the creativity and the creative value of something rather than just the monetary value. So it makes them really see and understand. That's what I find. It makes that connection, because that's the ultimate part of success. This is a creative thing that's worked. So it's a bit of a sort of a woven thing in there, but I love it as a mist with that. Obviously for success as a healing thing, but also for people to believe in themselves, for them to believe in the processes that they're going through in order to get to success. It is a great essence, obviously, if you are fearful of success, if you're worried about it, if you aren't handling it, if all of a sudden you've been given, successes, and now you've got this project and you've won it and let's go, and you're starting to feel uneasy. This is a great essence to get rid of those fears. Get rid of, that's a bit strong, isn't it? No, for you to handle them. That's what it is, because you're not going to ever get rid of these sorts of things entirely, but for you to see them for what they are, because nerves are good, even with success. You don't want to go into things too cocky. So it just gets you to see them in the right perspective, and in order for you to get into the work that needs to be done, now that you've gotten this first sort of, tick in the box, this first success. I would love to hear from any of you that have had experiences with Lechenaultia, because it's like Lechenaultia, let's face it, there's not a lot around there about it. And so if you've had connections with it as far as oracle work, essence work, look, even if you're doing artwork with it, I would love to see it. So drop me a line on Facebook, drop me an email, write in any of the comment fields as well. I wish you every success as well. I'd love to hear about anyone who's using my spell cards, my postcards as well. Blessings and much love and success.